back in.
Crash Bandicoot is back on PS4 after 20 years in the form of the Sane Trilogy. But what's it actually like to play? I'm James, and to answer that question, it's Louise who's been hands-on with the game.
And singing the theme tune for a long time and annoying everyone else in the office. Yes, but I have played the new Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy, which is a remastered version of the first three, so that's Crash Bandicoot 1, 2 and Warped. I only got hands-on with 3 levels in Warped, which wasn't one that I'd played all of. I had played the levels that I played before, but it's still amazing, and it has that incredible Crash Bandicootosity, which we all like so much.
Okay, well that leads us nicely into 6 reasons the new Crash Bandicoot is worth replaying. Now, your first one is that it's all about that Crash feeling. What the hell does that mean?
It means that, it's been 20 years, James.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't played Crash Bandicoot in a long time, or if we have, it's now on, I think it's available on Vita, or we're playing it on PSP. But the really nice thing about Crash Bandicoot, it came out in 1996. We'd never seen anything like that before. It was a 3D, they called it the Sonic's ass game. You're just going forwards, because that's all you could see of him. And it's got brilliant music, it's got great animations. People hate on Crash for they don't like him. I think they were just the wrong age when they played it, but it's just got this wonderful sense of fun to it. It's really difficult, that you're constantly dying all the time. Everything about it combines to make a great platformer that really changed things, and I think that's back. Everyone feels very nostalgic about that, and they're going, oh, is it still as good as I remember? Is it still going to be as fun? Am I still going to like it? And the answer is yes. It's just a much prettier version. Vicarious Visions that have made it have used the engine that they built Skylander's Crash level on, so it's super pretty. Crash is all fuzzy, and it's just much slicker, nicer. Everything's not all stabby with corners, and it's just this lovely, beautiful Crash experience that you remember, that you think it looked like 20 years ago, but now it actually looks like that.
And if that's not enough for you, then number 2 might push you over the edge, in that it's got a platinum trophy for each game. And not only that, but also we can explain that they're not remasters, are they? They're like rebuilt levels.
Yeah, they've built the whole thing. The words they use is they've built it from the ground up.
Classic
the way that they've positioned it. But they have they can't. It's not like Loco Roco where they just sort of polished up the edges. They've literally rebuilt Crash, but the Crash as you know it. So you can't see the difference except in the nice pretty visuals, but they've had to do it because it's much nicer. But the thing about the trophies is exciting because there's 1 platinum trophy for each one. So you've got implemented trophies for the way you can die, for completing individual levels. I got one when I got turned into a frog, which was warts and all. There's just every part of it is going to make you want to replay what you played 20 years ago. I desperately now need to play the first Crash Bandicoot and platinum it, because 12-year-old me would have wanted me to do the same, so I need to do that now.
And 3 platinums for each, 1 for each game then.
It's going to be a nightmare though. They're really difficult. Now I think about it, I'm going to have to go through the first one and collect every gem, which is when you don't die, and collect all the boxes. That's going to be a nightmare.
Well, speaking of death,
yes.
Your third point is that it's still fun to die. Now, did you have a lot of experience doing this?
I died quite a lot. You can probably see me dying right now. It is still fun to die. You fall to bits if you get burned. I got smashed forwards and into the camera and smeared forward down it. But they've Vicarious Visions have taken everything from the originals where dying was fun, and dying had to be fun because it was so difficult. And they've kind of messed it around a bit and added some extra new ones, and made it funny and sweet and cute. And
also added some idling animations for him, which is your 4th point, which is it's fun to watch Crash do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't even care that it sounds really sad. I put down my controller so I could watch him take his yo-yo out of his pocket and do his little yo-yo. So Crash Bandicoot idling animations were always really sweet back in the day, but they've actually implemented fan-made ones. So if someone actually requested, it's really, really cute. It's Aku Aku and Crash playing volleyball with a Wampa fruit at the introduction to Insanity Beach. So they've actually taken a lot of fan stuff into account. In fact, that's what the Vicarious Visions were saying, that they've really, everything that the fans wanted is here, because they realise how important it is, and they've been kind of stressed about recreating something that perfectly, but they're happy with what they've done. And the fact it's always been for the fans, it feels like it the minute you play it. When you go hands-on with it, you're like, this is what feels like Crash Bandicoot before. And you can use the directional buttons, which I discovered yesterday. So while you can use analog stick, you can use the muscle memory that you might still have in your left thumb on directional buttons.
Old school controller functions.
Old school.
Okay, well, with all that old stuff being in there, it's obviously got everything that you remember in it, but you can still cheat?
Yeah, so what they've done is they've looked at the speed runs that people have done over the years, and they've actually implemented the places people could exploit. So anywhere where you could run around the scenery or jump over bits. They're not saying every single one of those is in there, but you'll probably find that anywhere that you sort of slyly dodged something, you'll probably find in there. Which is also another way it indicates that it's not just a super shiny version of the old games. Like, they've had to literally put the exploits back in. So everything that you remember being in there was like the gems and things. So once you've completed a level and not died, that unlocks a gem on a certain level, which will give you access to bonus areas, and that's all still there. So anything you previously unlocked is still there in the new one.
Perfect. And finally, you've just written, "It's gorgeous."
Yeah, I wrote that sideways like a psychopath in my notes that was just like, the light! It is gorgeous. They were talking about their cinematics team and how they've got them to do even the little bits in between, and how just modern tech means they can actually make characters look like proper characters. They can make eyes work properly now. They can make eyebrows raise, etc. And also, it's just lovely to look at these levels that look beautiful 20 years ago, but then add modern lighting to them. So especially going through Warped, we're doing a future level, and it was just incredible to look at this shiny city. And also there's a side-scrolling bit where you've got a mirror behind you, and the reflection tech, they were talking about how much actually it took to get Crash's reflection there, and it just looks lovely. So you'll sit and look at it, think it's gorgeous, watch him idle, and then die. There we go, that's a good sum up.
There you go. Good. Well, thanks, Lou. That is 6 reasons that the new Crash Bandicoot is worth replaying on PS4. If you've got any more suggestions, put them in the comments below. Click the boxes on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit the big button in the middle to subscribe for more gaming news, reviews, previews, and features right here on Games Radar Plus.
Booga booga.